Hey guys, so this is vlog number 5 for me, and I wanted to do this in a vlog style. And so I want to start off with question number 1. What is a major or academic interest that I have and that I'm pursuing is business administration. And so a community or kind of an institution that's kind of helping me get through my business degree is, especially this first year, is going to be Reach. They help first year students here at Chico mostly to get set up and kind of help get a handle on things and know what you're kind of doing. But some policies that I noticed getting here, and this doesn't exactly pertain from me being at Chico forward, but for me getting to Chico, what I found was the SAT. And so people of color are have tend to have lower scores on the SAT versus white people, because we as people of color, we don't always come from the best places, and so we don't always have the opportunity to get tutors or have that higher degree of education to really practice and study for these SATs the same way that a lot of white people do. And so regardless of me still being here, it was still hardship that I had to face, and I believe that that policy was racist, and it was definitely tough getting here, but it's still a blessing to be here. And for question number 2, what career do you plan on pursuing? I plan on pursuing being a shopkeeper and owning a automotive shop. And so the communities that I'm probably going to be faced with that I'm gonna have to go through in order to get people coming to me is the car community and local car enthusiasts in the area, that people really respect their cars and have the love for their cars, that to build them out and do all this custom stuff or just even simple repairs. And so any policies I would see that would be racist or anti-racist, I would see policies wise that the car community in general gets a bad rep, but that's usually because a few people will do something stupid or reckless, and they falls back on the whole car community. So for that, I wouldn't say it's racist, but as the whole car community itself, because it's not just one certain type of people. It's not people of color, white people. It's everyone came together. It's a community. And so I wouldn't say that would have anything to do with racism. But for question number 3, I am working right now. I'm more into I work on like a job by job basis, if that makes sense. I take on custom projects, as in it could be building custom tables or custom just anything. I've went from building motorcycles to helping people do motor swaps on their cars and stuff like that. And so just anything automotive related or fabrication related is what I've been doing. And so any policies that I've seen that have affected me in that area, I would say are really just me being looking the way I am, I guess you could say, really doesn't help me out, because from what I've seen is a lot of people when it comes to work is they don't always see the same respect or have the same respect for my work, or they'll always try to, say that I don't have the same quality work or what it is, but in that's a whole different topic in its own. But when you know yourself that you're putting out the some high quality work, and at the same time people are willing to pay you less because of the way you look, because even though if someone it was someone else, like say per se for a white person, they believe it's more professional and they'd be willing to pay a higher amount to them to do that same work that I'm doing, but they're not willing to pay me as much just due to that fact. But I would definitely say that's a racist policy that I've had to face in order to get here, and it's definitely had an effect, and it's made it hard for me to succeed and get you know monetarily be good, well off in life. And so I think it's definitely a racist policy that impacts me, and in the future, whatever I'm going to do is still going to be impactful. For question number 4, for some recreational hobbies that I like to do outside of school, I like still pretty similar. I like building and working on cars, and so that usually pertains and goes into the communities of the car community back again. And so the car community is usually just a community of everyone. Car community really big. It's not based on any race or anything. It's built based around objects, these metal objects, which are cars. And so I don't see any kind of relation to racism in there, and I don't believe it's affected by any racist policies from what I've seen. It's just a lot of people that come together with a common hobby and interest of liking cars, and so I haven't seen any issues there. But for question number five, what I enjoy doing in my free time when I'm not studying is usually music, and for me I mostly listen to R&B or hip hop or rap a little bit. It's just here and there, but from what I've seen, the only thing that would impact that, as in communities or platforms wise, I would say Spotify. I guess you could say, because that's what I usually use in order to listen to music, or SoundCloud. But from what I've seen, policies wise, is what usually affects those apps is usually record labels and letting artists produce what they want to produce or let it out, and see if it's copyrighted or all that. But from what I haven't seen anything racist on there which would affect any artists or me listening to music at all. I've found no issues with that, and so I think it's pretty anti-racist. For question number six, for me, I would say I would want to, narrow it down to probably